The EU is going through difficult times. Anti-European forces are growing in numbers, and for the first time, a member state could be leaving. This is not the Europe that we want. 2 months ahead of the election, we're marching to say loud and clear we want a different Europe, a better Europe, a more social Europe, and this is how we're going to do it. Do you think democracy and the rule of law are under threat in Europe today?
They definitely are. You can see that fascists and populists are getting more and more support, and that's one of the main reasons why we should be here today and stand up for Europe, because we really have to defend this project. It is in danger right now.
In my country, in Poland, the democracy is very under risk. We have a lot of movements which is very nationalist, and that's why I'm here. That's why I support Europe.
And this is, I think, democracy is just a challenge, really, because votes of people are not taken in account.
Want to know more? Follow me. We're heading towards the School of Democracy, where 200 young people are discussing the most pressing issues Europe is facing today. We're here in a plenary session where prominent Hungarian philosopher Agnes Heller and Jan Zielonka, Oxford University professor, are exposing the roots of nationalism in Europe. Let's go interview them. What can we do to regain the confidence of our citizens and relaunch the European project?
We have to get out of the bunker. We haven't really reformed the European Union for 3 decades since the Maastricht Treaty. We have to start doing this and not just talking about this. Citizens have reasons to be unhappy with Europe, and the way to do this is to reform it and not to leave it.
My problem is that there is no European identity. I ask a child everywhere in Europe, what does it mean for you to be a European? And the child perhaps will not even understand the question. Intellectuals, politicians, certain persons who are very interested in politics, anyway, they have a European identity. That is the first thing Europe should do, to do the best, to develop a kind of European conscience. What does it mean for us to be European? Otherwise, there will be no Europe at all.
You mentioned the word together. Do you think that there is a togetherness? Do you think that there's a European identity?
I think that for my generation, I'm born in the 80s, and we were born already with this idea that we are in this together. So yes, I think that I feel European, Italian, I feel all of that together. So there's no difference for me.
Together is our platform for discussion and debate. In this edition, we're sharing ideas on how to make Europe more sustainable and fair. In recent months, we've seen a surge of young people taking to the streets in protest of the general inaction of EU leaders on the issue of climate change. Do you see Europe being at the forefront of change in the future?
Yes, I see very, very enlightening new changes, especially among young people. Now, the big question is, do we have you could say, plan which is ready to be realized politically, right?
You cannot tackle the climate risks or the biodiversity risks without addressing the social costs. Who is going to bear these costs, and how do you actually produce policies that would mitigate these costs for the most vulnerable? We need to supervise our financial sector and enhance the corporate social responsibility of large business, including a digital tax.
Now it's time that the market is becoming the servant of people and not the master. Let me give you one idea we are proposing tonight here. If you are a big company who wanted to act and operate in the European Union, right, you need to fulfill a passport to get access to our single market, to fulfill our claims on climate, our claims on treating their employees, their people, in an orderly trade union-wise manner, and equal treatment between men and women's salaries, and paying taxes, right? So we are forming a new passport of fairness for private capital and private capitalism. It's really high time now. The house is burning, so that's why we need to regulate.
How can you summarize all of this for us?
Well, the most important thing is that we get active and that we do not wait anymore. There is no time to lose. Yes, we have a plan. Yes, we have an idea. Only if we completely change the European agenda towards something new that benefits the people, that put people first, we have a chance to solve all these kinds of problems, and this is what we are going to do.
In 2 months' time, you'll be called to make a crucial decision about the Europe that you want to see. We march here today for a different Europe, a Europe that stands for democracy and solidarity against racism, inequalities and climate change. This is just the beginning of our fight. Let's stand together and choose a different Europe.